back to Cybertopia. As with the first group we followed along for a wee while, we're going to be hanging out for a few episodes running with Cookie, played by Keith, Amelia, played by Cassa, Toby, played by Dee, and Sir Ingram, played by Mark. This group has had a rough start to their reawakening, but may be starting to find their feet and have taken on some sort of job for organised crime syndicate Rizon. So let's see how that goes down. What is the plan, guys?
Well,
Reconnaissance?
reconnaissance would be a sufficient first step, I suppose, yes.
At the moment, all you've got is an address. They haven't told you who it is, they haven't told you what they're doing, or anything at all. So, yeah, recon sounds like a good step.
Yes, I mean, I'm still not quite sure if, the risen path, the elevated path is the best one in this case, to get my drift.
It's not, but we need food. We need meds for Toby. We need to make sure that the roof over our head stays over our head.
Oh, yes.
This is that whole gig economy thing people keep telling me about.
It's big in the talent circles, yeah. Okay, so the address isn't far from where you are. It's maybe a couple of blocks over to the west, and it doesn't appear to be it's not a flat address or anything. It's just a normal street address. Are you going to go directly there? Is there anything else you want to do before you head over?
Do we want to inquire stealthily first about who lives there, instead of just going right to their doorstep?
Definitely not going in straight in there. Should probably, scope around, try to see if anyone of the locals knows what's going on.
I agree, yes. How about you?
Sure. Which part of town are we kind of in at the moment?
So you're pretty central at the moment. It's kind of just northwest of the central square. The place you're going to is kind of directly east, just northeast of the central square. So still pretty central.
Okay, so we don't look too far out of place. Yeah, I can imagine I'll be able to blend in okay.
Yeah, it's kind of middle of the afternoon sort of time. The streets are fairly busy. You're not far from the CBD, so there's lots of people coming and going from work and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's a busy time of day. And you're in an area where there's also lots of bars and clubs and stuff. So as it goes into the evening time, it's going to get busier. Yeah.
I guess I'm going to do the schmoozing side of things. Going to the, I'm not sure how much time we've got on this. Like, how much are you thinking we should spend on this time?
Well, I definitely think that we should wait until it gets a little dark. I mean, people get a bit skittish when people are asking about other things during the day, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we could ease it into conversation somehow.
Then I guess if it's the mid-afternoon, then I'm going to probably be asking going into stores, buying something like a newspaper or cigarettes or the equivalent thereof. And then
I guess the first thing to do is just to casually walk past the place, Yeah.
Yeah. Work out what it is and then go to a nearby shop and ask, what is with that building over there, if it's distinctive, or ask about the area if it's not, and then gauge the reaction of the shopkeeper based on what it is, and then do the rest of that type of thing with all the other places like bars, people on the street, if people look like they're just hanging out.
Cool. Toby,
do the whole
Toby wants to be doing?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
That is good reaction.
He's half alive at the moment, so
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's had a decent night's sleep. He had a heart attack or something. He's back in his springy self.
In that order.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you walk around and it's maybe only a 15-minute walk away, but I guess with the busy streets, maybe it takes half an hour. As you're walking through, you come to the street of this address, and it looks very much just like a normal, ordinary street for this kind of area. There's some shops, there's some bars, there's some residential flats and that sort of thing. But yeah, you're walking along and you're looking out for the numbers on the buildings to tell, where is this location that we've been given. And you get up to where that location is, and it looks like an arcade, like a gaming arcade. Across from the street from it, there are some convenience stores and that sort of thing. But yeah, nothing looks particularly out of place here. It's maybe probably even some kids playing games in there, like after school and that sort of thing.
Wasn't what I was
So-
expecting.
We are supposed to take down an arcade.
It could be a front. There could be who knows what happening behind the arcade, I suppose. They could be stealing children or something.
Does
Somehow I would think
happen
that
a lot?
Rizon themselves would do that.
We just gotta find out, I suppose.
Arcade.
I mean, we could play a game.
But that's also true. Who else is thinking about playing a game? You can see Amelia starts getting a little bit antsy, like she just wants to play a game.
I get the thing you'll read at Duck Hunt or Time Crisis
yeah.
or Virtual Cop or those type
Any
of
of
games.
the
Just-
shooting games.
Just
All
got
games
it.
that
Just
are
got
probably
instinct
1,000
to-
years old or more.
Oh yeah, they're on their like 100th iteration by now. It's Cyber Duck Hunt.
Cyberdunk Hunt. The requackening.
They just they rebooted it again. Like they reboot it every 5 years, so it's just back to Duck Hunt again.
Duck Hunt classic.
Watch us get sued by Nintendo now.
You mean Amazing Tendo?
Mm.
Mhm.
Okay, so yeah, do you still want to scout around outside the place, or are you just going to go in?
I don't think we'll be able to go in more than once. It's a commercial building that's going to be security cameras. So if we're going to go in, it's probably going to go in once. Like if we get
Yeah.
plants in there, maybe. But so
Better not to do it all together. Maybe
Yeah.
separate, stagger.
Well,
Yep.
I mean,
And
Oh, no,
stagger.
you can definitely stagger, yeah.
so Amelia, you are looking rather antsy for some action.
Yeah,
How about
you?
Amelia looks like she wants to play some Duck Hunt.
It looks kind of fun. Didn't you see that kid? He came out with a huge teddy bear. I wouldn't mind one of those.
I mean,
He had a little
darling is kind of
robot.
shaking on your hip and like,
Come on, partner. Let's have a look-see. Come on. It's fun.
I want to kill some digital mallards.
Darling, I don't think that I could shoot you or I could break the game, but you know,
I
we
could
can
shoot
use.
the breeze. You think this young gun doesn't know how to laser mode?
Yeah, I suppose so.
I got 2 words for you, partner. Zap.
Oh boy.
Just the
So-
concept of the gun shouting "zap" tickles me so much.
Before he used to do pew, you know, he used to go pew, and
And-
it seems a little.
Well,
A trigger happy
Not as-
onomatopoeic gun is something special.
broadening
So-
special.
their vocabulary.
I guess he's now going to his pew phase. Or
Okay,
his
so
zap
does-
phase.
is anybody going in with Amelia, or is she going on her own?
How about one of you go in and I'll scout ahead the area? It felt rather good just scoping out the area last time and coming back with fish and chips. Maybe I can do that again.
Yeah, you're on the streetwise one now.
All right. So we can go in.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna
Maybe.
have a
Yeah.
seat on this here bench.
Let us know if you see anything, Toby.
Yep.
What? How is he gonna tell us if there's anything? We don't have any
Good.
communications.
Good point.
That is very true.
Toby, can you do a bird call? I know we haven't heard birds in yeon.
Just start
but-
going zap.
Gaka.
How about if there is
Gaka.
something, you just shout at the top of your lungs, "Yes, I wanna zap."
It's a good code phrase, yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Because
I
that
wanna
wouldn't be
zap.
misplaced in an arcade.
Okay.
That's a fair point.
So Cookie, Amelia, and Sir Ingram are all going to go into the arcade, and Toby's going to sit outside on a bench.
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds like it.
I'm sorry, Toby.
Well, shall I go in with, or shall I
I think
get
you'll
us
scout
Go
more
for it.
around
Maybe
information
a
outside. Yeah.
outside?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so
a
Ingram
back
will
entrance.
stay outside and gather some more info, chat up the locals, that kind of thing.
Sure. Okay. Let's go with Amelia and Cookie.
Mhm.
So you walk into the arcade, and yeah, there's like futuristic-y pinball machines and shooting games. There's Dance Revolution 10X, and yeah, like all your usual kind of arcade machine kind of things. It's very neon, and there's dance music going, even though it's like 4:30 in the afternoon. And there are quite a few school kids around enjoying their after school activities and whatnot. And there's like one worker behind the counter who's occasionally giving out the prizes for tokens and stuff like that. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Can we distinguish if the worker is part of the gang? Like, are they wearing like a uniform, or is it just
They're wearing a uniform for the establishment, for the arcade. They could be a like young recruit or something, but they look like an older teenager. Like this person probably isn't far out of school themselves, may even still be in school, but like at the higher end of school. So if they are in the gang, then they're not going to be like a prominent member.
And how, on a scale of like 1 to 10, how run down does the place look? Like, is it cutting edge, someone really cares about this place, or is it somewhere near obvious front?
It's probably like a mid-ranging place. It's not particularly run down, but it's also not like completely state-of-the-art. Like, they've got some VR spaces and stuff, but they haven't got like the full haptic get in a pod kind of situations. Like, so it's not quite state-of-the-art.
Someone's clearly treating this as an actual business then.
Yeah.
Okay. It could just be an actual business we're here to knock over.
Yeah.
That's disappointing.
You can see Amelia get really excited and just kind of wander off. I don't know if Cookie stops her, but she'll look at all the games, but mostly around the perimeter. So she's looking at whether or not there are any side doors or offices or anything like that. Any other people that are working here that seem to be protecting any, or like, you know,
Sure.
any suspicious.
Okay. Well, let's go in with a scouting roll then.
I got a 15 on the dice and nothing else to add.
All right. There are a few doors in this place, but like they seem to lead to like a back office, toilets, maybe like a supply cupboard or something like that. The back office has like a rudimentary looking keypad on it. You maybe see the employee go in and out of there a couple of times, and it looks like an ordinary office from the glimpses you get. You do feel like the layout is a bit weird. I mean, sometimes these places just have weird layouts, but it doesn't feel like it quite flows how it should in some places. But you don't notice, like, there's no big sign saying secret tunnel here or anything like that. Like, there's no...
That'd be easy.
There's graffiti all over the place, but it looks like maybe this is the kind of graffiti that people put on to make places look cool and, like, hip and whatnot. Nothing that stands out to you as, like, gang signs, really. But then your experience of gang signs may be somewhat limited. But there's nothing like that says, we hate Rizon, or we love some other gang that you might have heard of.
All right, I think Amelia's just going to realize that it's a little bit weird, but nothing too out of the ordinary, and she's just going to play a game. It's going to...
What kind of game are you looking for?
Definitely a shooting game. It's going to be the first
Shooting game?
thing that she sees. Maybe zombies? Or like, you know, one of those like full...
One of the ones where you get in the little booth kind of thing?
Yeah. That's...
Okay. All right. And you're walking around, you find like House of the Dead, but it's like Corporation of the Dead or something. And it's all like sci-fi as well as zombies. Let's have a roll to see how well you do at the fake shooting game.
Co-working facility of the dead.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
jeez.
20.
And
Okay.
then +2. So 22.
And you've definitely, you're in your element. This is your game. Like, you've never played it before, but you come into this and you're just like, yeah, damn, this is cool. Darling is getting so excited. Like, even though you're shooting with the fake gun, he's just in your holster just going,
Draw! Oh, get him! Come on! Oh, there's the manager. Plink him. He's worth overtime and a half. Zap, 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 you chiseler.
Also, I've never rolled a nat 20 in this game, so do
Nice.
I get anything?
Okay, yeah. I was just about to ask you if you already had any learnings, but you don't.
No.
So now, you get a learning, and this will give you a portion towards getting a new skill. If you get, it used to be in Series 1, you had to get 3 learnings in a skill to turn it into a full skill. Now, because you are free from the constraints of Amazing Corp, who are holding back your learning capacity, you only need 2 nat 20s. So we'll decide what new skill you could be working towards here based on what just happened.
I don't think a gaming skill would be. Maybe.
Anything can be argued to be relevant in a lot of different situations.
Or like
so
how about like camouflage or like blending in kind of thing? I'm playing the game, no one's
Yeah.
bothering me. I'm not,
yeah, you can have a blending in learning, and so you can put it on your sheet and just have no modifier next to it, and there's like some tick boxes you can put in a one tick. If you get a second tick in that from rolling another nat 20 in a similar situation, it will turn into a full +1 blending in skill. You look completely natural and normal playing this game, and you're smashing it. Probably Cookie is wandering around a little bit bored because you're just doing this for ages. You're not losing any lives.
I just look over at the screen that's projecting what she's doing in the little VR booth, and it's just watching the body count pile up and the number just skyrocket and going, oh, I'm going to be here half an hour, aren't I?
Yeah, is there anything that Cookie wants to be doing?
Yeah, whilst she's no doubt like getting a huge number of people watching, just going on an absolute tear to break the number cap on how many zombies you can shoot in a minute.
She's going for the kill screen, man.
Going for the kill screen. Going to try and crash the machine, get to level 255 and all that. And yeah, as she's doing that, hopefully get a good look at the clientele, the people who are hanging around, who, like me, aren't currently playing anything, seem to be here for other reasons, aside from staff and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Get an idea of who looks a bit out of place here.
Sure.
Even compared to me.
Let's have a roll from Cookie for, I don't know, analyzing the crowd and stuff then.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if my core of talent agent applies here. Social engineering doesn't, not at this juncture. So let me know if talent agent does, but let's roll some dice.
I think you could argue talent agent because you're looking for the people who are like special in some way.
I mean, I'll take that +3 because that puts me up to a 5.
Oh man. Okay. Yeah, I think
20s, they hate me.
Yeah.
Nobody has seen anybody play Corporation of the Dead quite this well before.
And quite a crowd is starting to form. It is mostly like school kids, but there are a few older people, middle-aged men in sweatsuits sort of thing. And yeah, there's a lot of people getting quite excited about this. Already surpassed the high score. But yeah, there's a crowd forming, and it's difficult within the throng of people to really assess who it is and what their kind of intentions are. But nothing looks particularly out of place. You can see the employee is kind of torn between staffing their area and like getting a glimpse at the game as well.
I'm just going to turn to them and go, you can go watch. Like, I don't need a drink at the moment, and clearly this is like a once in a lifetime thing, right? Everyone's watching the game.
All right, thanks. I'll go have a look. So exciting.
So the employee kind of wanders off over there as well. Everyone is very distracted.
So the employee is also like a gamer, Mark. It's just, yeah, everyone's just massively distracted by this game. Everyone's actually into it, which doesn't lead me to think this is like doesn't feel like a legitimate target. Doesn't feel like gang on gang stuff. Feels like just pure extortion racketing on a local business. That seems a bit rude. However, I am going to just look behind the bar very quickly while the employees away, see if there's anything like untoward behind there, such as weaponry or.
Okay, let's have a roll
just
to sneak a peek.
Not very good at these. Even less so since I lost my spy gear. Well, it's one better than last time.
Oh man, yeah, it's really messy behind there.
Yeah,
this employee is clearly like taking much more care of the arcade floor than they are behind the counter area.
That's about all I'm willing to stick my neck out at this juncture. I don't really want to be caught behind a bar. It's sort of looking behind, going, "Where's behind here?" Okay, just a mess. Fine. It's not like there's a convenient shotgun within grabbable reach or anything like that.
No. Welcome to the mid-roll. This episode, I want to remind you all to take care of yourselves. The world's a dark and scary place sometimes, and we've all got to look out for each other out there. But don't forget to take some time to yourself too. I, for one, am hugely grateful to have games to run and play with wonderful people, and to be able to run such a fun show as this has been.
This episode once again features the wonderful voice of Darlin, the sentient revolver, performed by Alexander Way, and briefly our arcade employee voiced by Anna Everts of Tumble Through podcast. And of course, not forgetting our brilliant players.
Hey everyone, I'm D or Night Wanderer. Catch me blabbering on socials, DMing a superhero game on Would-Be Heroes, putting stuff up on itch, and streaming on Twitch. All of my stuff can be found under the username Night Wanderer, that's Wanderer with an O, or over in Linktree under Night Wanderer. Again, that's Wanderer with an O.
Hiya, this is Cassa. I play Amelia's suite, and this is currently the only game I'm playing, so nothing to promote, but I'm very excited for you to see what Cybertopia has to offer.
Hi, I'm Keith, and I play everyone's favourite talent and sleazeball, Cookie Standard. I'm a procedural generation specialist, and sometimes stream independent game development on Twitch. Recently, we've also started playing the tactical mech RPG Lancer on my channel, with myself as GM and Ben, our lovely Cybertopia host, as one of 8 players. You can catch my game development work and the adventures of Lancer Team Cam Delta on Thursdays at kaYNSD.twitch.tv, with edited versions to follow soon on YouTube. You can also find more of what I do at kaYNSD.itch.io and at Blue Sky with that same address.
Adventurers and warriors, heed my call. What I have for you is a world of adventure where evolution and magic go hand in hand. I am Mark, and I am playing Sir Ingram. Visit thewanderergames.com for all your high fantasy yet natural evolution and magic content. We've got something for everybody.
Completely coincidentally to their voiceover appearance this episode, we're also featuring Anna's Tumble Through podcast as our mid-roll promo. It's a Pathfinder 2e actual play show, and their current campaign, Twilight's Edge, follows a classic tale of knights and demons and all your adventuring favourites and beyond. And the keen-eared of you may recognise a few other voices in this promo trailer as well.
Welcome to Westcrown, a city of faded glory choked by fear, where 5 strangers become swept up in a storm of hell knights, devils, and thieves.
My name is Sombra. I do what needs to get done in the shadows.
My name is Lowen. I know some magic, if that helps.
I'm Zakoon. I'm a medic. I patch people up, and I talk.
My name is Corporal Flynn. Yes, of the Datari. When it comes to fighting, I'll help fight. But I don't think I owe you any information other than that.
Hi, I'm Nico. I'm a cook. Food is a big thing for me.
And I'm Alicia.
Gods!
Where every shadow holds a secret.
Zekun, meanwhile, is looking like someone who's been dropped in the middle of season 3 of a crime TV show without knowing what's going on.
He waves his hand at the obvious cloak and dagger bullshit background thing going on. Not interested.
And every choice could mean life or death.
My day is worse, I guarantee you.
Get him a body bag.
Oh.
And the infamous Council of Thieves weaves its web of intrigue and corruption.
One day, sister, one day we'll make sure this whole city pays for what we've had to endure.
In the dark, crumbling streets of Westcrown, the only light is at the Twilight's Edge.
You know what the heck you just dropped us into?
Twilight's Edge, a Pathfinder 2e actual play of the Council of Thieves adventure path from the Tumble Through podcast.
Let's move over to Toby and Sir Ingram and see how things are looking outside. Toby, you're sat on a bench directly outside the place, across the street. What seating position are you going for?
Wherever we were before people went inside, that's where Toby sat down.
Do you want to have a good view of like the entrance? Or?
I mean, he would probably have tried to get a good view of the entrance and is at the moment probably getting a very good view of the inside of his eyelids.
Okay, he's having a nap. Okay, let's have a roll from you to see if you can store up some energy or something.
Body juice.
Yeah. Like, how productive is this resting?
Yeah. I'm assuming that something that is called resilient test subject would help towards this.
Yeah.
I am, for a change, not going to try to pump myself full of chemicals.
Oh, okay. You're lost.
Just gonna yeah, exactly. Yeah. Just gonna try relying on good old Mother Nature with a 12.
Okay. Is that a 12 total or?
That's a 12 total.
Okay. what we'll say is this will be a preparation roll, basically. So you'll get a +1 going forward to like help you with your next rolls. You can give yourself a temporary bonus +1 rested.
Mm-hmm. Like this is going to apply to just in general all rolls until I roll below a 10.
This will apply to anything that you would do that would require like having a bit of energy. So
Okay.
I mean, probably most things would be helped by being rested.
Yeah.
But because this is just a temporary bonus, this will drop out as soon as you roll 10 or lower. So 50-50 chance of keeping this going every roll. If you keep it going, you can keep it going indefinitely, potentially. But as soon as you roll 10 or lower on it, it will drop. Okay, so Toby's having a rest, getting some decent rest in. He's had quite a time lately. So Sir Ingram is wandering the streets. What exactly is Sir Ingram looking for?
Well, basically, you said there were like convenience stores and such nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, wandering over, buying some small items, and like just chatting up the owners of the stores, or the people that work there that would have a lot of contact with the arcade at the other side of the street. And trying to gauge their like opinion, see like do they come there often? Hey, they see like they have some stellar games there.
So what items are you buying? Are you buying like food and snacks and drinks and stuff, or are you going in like the electronics store, or like is there anything in particular? Or are you just going to go in and like buy something random just so you get to talk to someone?
Well, just like small things, except if there's tea.
Okay, let's have a roll for finding tea.
Let's see if there's tea. He's not specifically looking for tea, but he is like
he's always looking for tea.
He's his mind's eyes. Okay, so this.
Oh no, Mark! Have you rolled a nat 20 again?
Nat 1.
Oh, okay. I am excited by this. Ingram walks into this store that he thinks just looks like a normal convenience store. When he gets in there, it is wall-to-wall coffee, and he doesn't realize for a second. He's like, oh, I wonder if there's tea in here, and takes a big old sniff to see if he can sniff out some tea, and just gets bombarded with the smell of coffee, and it is so overstimulating. And so you're going to have a -1 trauma in overstimulated.
Overstimulated. Oh boy.
Oh, I know how that feels.
Oh yeah. Similar to what you had previously.
Ingram, why?
And goes to talk to the proprietor of the store, and sees these like big jars of Amazing Corp brand like turbo caffeine coffee.
Oh no.
No.
Starts looking around and realizes the store that he's in, and sees the instant canned coffee that you just shake and it like heats itself up, pours in its own creamer, has sweetener, not even sugar, sweetener just drops in on its own, and you drink it straight from the can. And like it's one of those ones that the teenagers will grab and be like doing downing challenges with them, and you end up just going up to the counter, staring at the guy, and just like stumbling out of the place. Maybe go and take a seat next to Toby on the bench, and you see.
I think I've just discovered a new line.
Some of the kids in the arcade actually have a few cans of this stuff as well, and people are just chugging this stuff back, and you just feel sick.
Well, all right. I hope you're getting a good rest, Toby. Oh no! Oh the horror!
Yes. No one has. Yes, no suspicious activity here.
There's plenty of suspicious activity. I think the address was wrong. That Rizon gave us. I think the correct address is that way.
What happened to you?
Oh, full of amazing corn, instant coffee. Oh, instant coffee, Toby.
I think
instant
because Toby is like Toby's experience with like body chemistry altering substances is so vastly beyond levels of coffee and tea. He's literally looking at Ingram going like, are there amphetamines in the coffee? Like what's
no, there might even be artificial caffeine in there. Can you imagine?
I love the switch up in dynamic here of Toby is the mellow one and Sir Ingram is like, wired.
Straight off him.
Yes.
It's clearly an amazing core front. I mean, that with yeah. Okay, just leave me be for a bit, okay? I need to find. Oh boy.
Try to close your eyes. I found it helped a lot.
Sure.
I'm
Oh,
discovering this new thing. Yeah. Just like that, and then you're just like.
Oh, I shouldn't breathe. I
and
still
you
smell the
go-
cough.
Well, breathe through your mouth, and then you.
I'll hold my breath.
Just calm. No, don't hold your breath. You need to breathe for this. But I found that if you like, you can breathe through your mouth, and then you just no, breathe, Ingram, breathe.
Okay.
Let's have a roll. D, let's have Toby roll to see if he can calm down Sir Ingram. And I'll say if this succeeds, actually, let's have Sir Ingram roll against this. And
oh boy.
If Toby rolls higher, you'll get a success against your trauma.
Oh no. Okay. Come on. Low, please. Low, please.
I got a 17.
Okay.
He got a natural 20.
Oh no.
He got a natural 20. The camera's moving. That's a natural 20. That's a natural 20.
Okay. Okay.
No idea what this was.
So what is the learning here? Resist yoga retreat? Like what is?
Actually, no. So what I'm going to say here is because this was doing the trauma thing, it's going to instantly turn into a skill. So if you another way to get rid of a trauma is to roll a nat 20 on it. And so he goes from instantly being totally overstimulated to being like, I don't know, maybe Toby is helping in some way to like channel this somehow.
Channel coffee.
His voice is so soothing and calming.
Yeah.
I know Toby knows a bit about chemicals and stuff and understands the situation, particularly of his previous experience of Toby had an extremely overstimulation period in his first mission and just kind of talks Sir Ingram through this. And Sir Ingram just kind of calms down, soaks it all in.
I would have no idea on the learning. You guys. I think Toby should decide this.
Well,
what Ingram's learning will be.
It's going to be the opposite of being overstimulated. It's going to be
staying cool.
A good version.
Staying cool. So something like Eye of the Storm or something like that.
Eye of the Storm. That is kind of cool sounding. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. You could have. There's a word for this. What is it? I don't know. It's like
composure.
Composure. Oh, composure's good.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can have so this turns into because it was from a trauma. This goes straight to a full skill. So you now have a full skill of +1 composure.
Toby, thank you very much.
Yes, no, it is.
Your like therapy sessions are apparently the best.
That was the shortest lived trauma ever.
No word of a lie. Best bit of roleplay I've seen in weeks.
What is going on with your dice, man?
Yeah, no, like 4, 14, 19, 2, 3. Yeah, no.
Okay. They're fine.
It's this new thing that I'm discovering that I've been working on since we got since we got fired, I suppose. I'm thinking of calling it napping.
I think napping would be a very brilliant idea. Yes.
Yes, I mean, we'll have to ask Cookie about this. He's the marketing genius, but maybe we need to give it like some fancy name, something like nappage.
I think nappage would be very good. Yes.
I think nappage is what Mark puts his baby in.
Sorry, damn it. I think indeed you teaching me the way of the nappage. Let me come to terms with the trauma, the hellscape that is instant coffee.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're most welcome.
You two are like the most zen pair right now. Okay.
just sitting in front of an arcade, just
Yeah, such a big contrast.
There's like EDM
behind the
pumping out.
arcade, yeah, and then they're just sitting on the bench in the half lotus position, going. Sometimes you can find peace and quiet in the middle of the city.
Absolutely.
Nappage,
the art of enlightenment through overstimulation.
You know, somewhere, I would have liked if, like, I would have be very interested to know if, like, I rolled a net 1 again on the trauma roll.
Yeah, no. So if you roll a nat 1 on a trauma, it compounds the trauma, so it goes to a -2 trauma, and that has happened several times, in fact.
Oh boy.
But on the flip side of that, if you roll a nat 20 against a -2 trauma, it goes to a +2 skill instantly.
Oh, so you like overcome. Damn.
Okay, so you two are being proper zen out on this bench. Can I have observation rolls from both of you?
Sure thing. Do I add my rested to this?
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything that would.
I no longer add rested to anything.
Oh man, already.
That's
Wow.
a total of 7.
Well, I guess it worked out to help.
Yeah, no, like
the trauma.
Ingram is not doing any better free.
Okay. Yeah, I guess you two are.
Close your eyes, breathe.
It's like the opposite of getting excited. You're just getting really, really fucking chill and chatting about the experience. Like maybe like doing some meditation exercise or something, but not really paying attention to anything.
It's hard to notice anything going on around you when you're actually trying to block out the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
So you keep your eyes closed and you just let out a nice thick. Ah.
This is the
I can
worst
imagine them
fake out
Wim
ever.
Hofing, like just breathing really heavily.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's like, you have to go.
Okay. Cookie, can I have an observation roll from you, please?
You can, yes. As I go back inside and look at all these cans of instant coffee that are piling up in the corner and go, yeah, glad Ingram's not here to see this.
Oh no.
My dice rolls are going up by 1 every time.
Man.
7.
Okay. Alright.
Unless I've got anything to go with it. If my cybernetics go for it, if it's reading people's emotions and facial expressions, I get a 9, but
No, it's not going to be enough anyway. Okay. Right. Amelia, you are just smashing the shit out of this game. And to the point, actually, it's getting a bit boring. You're like, where's the challenge? I thought this was supposed to be difficult. There's loads of people around you. There's cheering and hollering. People are all excited. Does she like the attention? What's her response here? Or is she completely zoned in on the game?
Ooh, also, I wanted to say, instead of blending in, could I have the learning and distraction? Because I realized that I was distracting other people to then...
So, what we can do, if and when you get another nat 20 and a similar thing, the circumstances of that might also help dictate exactly what we end up having the skill being. So, we'll just have it something in that kind of general vicinity.
Interesting. I think she started out really interested in the game, and then as more people came and the game was being the same constantly, it kind of reminded her of, life at Amazing Corp, just doing missions and then having the same thing run over and over again. So she'll go to one of the small kids next to her. She'll be like, "Are you sure you don't want to give it a try?" And she'll just force the gun onto her, onto the kids. And
all right,
kind of push them in.
Let's have a child interaction roll.
That was a nat 1.
Oh wow, this session.
Amelia and children are no good.
Yeah. There's something about children in this game. The last time there was children involved, there was some nat 1s as well. Jeez. Okay.
That was a great session.
By accident.
So we have 2 people flip-flopping between 1s and 20s. I don't like where this is going.
The dice tell a story.
Yes.
Coin flip-topia.
Yeah, let's just get rid of
well.
the D20s. So you're just going to use coins from now on. Okay, so yeah, Amelia goes to look over to the child next to her. Doesn't realize quite how small this child is, and they're like maybe like a 10-year-old or something, and goes to give them the gun, and the kid's just terrified, absolutely just freezes, and you go to give him the gun, and he's just pushing it away and starts getting upset and starts crying, some of the other people in the crowd are like, "What are you doing? Get on with the game!" And they're starting to get actually quite antsy and angry now. What's she gonna do?
I think she's just gonna miss on purpose
Okay.
tickets and just be like, "Oh."
Your trauma is gonna be in. I don't want it to be too specific.
Scaring kids isn't
being heckled.
No, it's a trauma, right? So it's got to be. It's got to be something that is going to be coming up often enough that it would actually occur, but also that you can roll against it to get rid of it.
Just something like people skills.
social awkwardness.
Ooh, yes,
stage fright.
Yes,
stage fright.
Ooh, stage fright could be good. Yeah, that's really good actually. I think that's what happens. It's you get this whole crowd coming around you, and you're like, it's too many people. I'm not used to having an audience when I'm shooting things. This is weird, and that really puts you off. And yeah, you end up just crashing out on the game. You get really flustered, maybe a little claustrophobic with it all, like all these people around, and you kind of stagger around. You stumble through the crowd.
Yeah, at that point, I'm going to have to intervene because, yeah, I will be at least watching out the corner of my eye, going, "What's going on? Oh, that's bad." And got my analysis stuff going on, just seeing an elevated heart rate and panic attack incoming. It's like, okay, celebrity escort mode, let's go. And walk through the crowd and go, "No, excuse me, out the way. No, you're coming with me. Come on. You good, Amelia? Cool,
Yeah,
right,
thanks.
cool. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, come with me. Yeah."
Oh, did you remember the tickets?
You still got my high score.
I grabbed row tickets.
Okay, so let's have a roll from Cookie for crowd control, but like Amelia control, I guess.
Yeah, so I think everything I've got worked with this because it's talent agent because of the standard stuff I'm doing already. I'm using my cybernetics to get a jump on it and see, keep people in line. And it's at least social engineering to at least pretend that I belong here.
Yep.
Watch me roll a 1, I guess. Jeez. Are we sure it's not a D10 in the shape of a D20? 12 total.
Okay. So you wade into this crowd of kids and kind of grab the dazed and confused Amelia, who's kind of staggering around, like maybe the lights are flashing. She's a bit out of it. She got too into the game, man. And when you grab her, you both fall into another machine, and as you do, it like judders in a way that you notice the floor kind of moves funny, like it's attached to something or there's something underneath it, and you're like, that's not normal. But there's loads of kids around now. There's loads of people around. There's people watching both you and Amelia, but you've definitely noticed that there is something off with that machine in the corner. And it's one of the ones that Amelia noticed was like a weird layout.
Yeah, get to the exit as soon as possible.
You can like retrieve her back to the front and get to the bench where the other two are just like meditating.
And just plonk Amelia down next to them and just have all three of them just in a row just meditating.
Just get Toby to work his magic again.